Have you ever been cruising along, following that sweet robotic voice telling you to turn left in 500 feet, only to end up in someone's front yard or stuck in a random construction site, trying to explain to an angry homeowner why you're parked in their flower bed? Yeah, about that. Let's talk about why you should never, ever trust your GPS. First of all, let's be clear, GPS is amazing. It's basically magic. You've got this little device in your pocket telling you exactly where you are on a giant spinning rock floating in space. That's pretty mind-blowing. But here's the thing, just because it's awesome doesn't mean it's perfect. Actually, it's got some pretty hilarious flaws. You see, GPS works by chatting with satellites, a whole bunch of them up there in the sky. These satellites are flying around at thousands of miles per hour, beaming down signals to your phone or car like they're playing cosmic laser tag. Your phone picks up those signals and does some serious math to figure out your exact location. But like any system depending on a bunch of space junk orbiting the planet, there's a catch. Sometimes those signals get a little scrambled. So your GPS might be all confident, like you're here when you're actually over there. Or worse, when you're halfway to Canada. It's not exactly comforting. Let's break down why this happens. First up, satellite geometry. Your phone needs to lock onto at least 4 satellites to get your location right. But if you're downtown in a big city, surrounded by those towering glass and steel skyscrapers, those buildings can block or bounce the signals around like they're playing pinball. This can make your GPS think you're driving in circles around a city block when you're actually stuck in traffic on Main Street. Then there's atmospheric interference. Oh yeah, the atmosphere, that layer of air that keeps us alive, can totally mess with your GPS. Solar flares, magnetic storms, or even a cloudy day can mess with those satellite signals. Your phone's trying its best, but the sun is basically like, nah, I'm gonna turn this into a guessing game. And let's not forget about the good old map errors. Maps are super helpful, but they're not perfect. Roads change, construction zones pop up, and sometimes the GPS just can't keep up. So if your GPS is telling you to turn onto a road that's been closed since last year, well, you might want to look around before following those directions. Of course, sometimes it's not even the GPS's fault. Sometimes it's, well, you. Like that time you accidentally typed in the wrong address or swapped South Main Street with North Main Street and wondered why you ended up at a 7-Eleven instead of your buddy's house? Yeah, the GPS can't fix user error. Now, don't get me wrong, GPS is a lifesaver. It's helped me get to places I'd never find otherwise. But here's the thing, it's a tool, not your brain. You can't just turn off your common sense and expect the GPS to magically teleport you to the right spot. That's how you end up in the middle of nowhere, wondering if you've stumbled into a horror movie set. Here's a real story to prove my point. In 2019, a woman in Oregon was driving at night and blindly followed her GPS right onto a snow-covered forest road. She ended up stranded in the woods for days. Luckily, she was rescued. But her car? Yeah, not so much. Or that time in New Jersey when a delivery driver trusted his GPS so much, he drove straight into a golf course pond. The GPS said, "Turn here." And he said, "Sure, buddy," and splash. Not exactly a shortcut. So how can you avoid becoming the next viral GPS fail? Easy. Treat your GPS like that one friend who's super smart but always a little too confident after a few drinks. Double check what it's telling you. Use your eyes, use your brain. If it says turn left, but you're looking at a no trespassing sign or a river, maybe don't turn left. And honestly, it wouldn't hurt to know how to read a real map. I know, who even owns paper maps anymore? But if your phone dies, or if the satellites decide to take a nap, you'll be glad you know which way is north. Plus, it makes you look like you're on some epic adventure. Bonus points for style. And hey, sometimes getting a little lost can be part of the fun. You might discover that quirky roadside diner with the best milkshakes in the state, or a scenic overlook you never even knew existed. Just, try not to get so lost you're in another time zone. So the next time your GPS confidently says, in 500 feet, turn left, maybe glance out the window and make sure there's actually a road there. If it looks more like a swamp or a sketchy alleyway, keep going straight. Or if you're in a roundabout and your GPS insists there's a third exit, but you see only 2, trust your gut. Or better yet, trust your eyeballs. GPS is just a tool. It's not the boss of you. It's kind of like that little voice in your head that says, go ahead, buy that giant TV you don't need. Fun idea, but maybe think it through first. All right, that's the deal. Your GPS isn't out to get you. It's just not always right. So keep your eyes open, keep your common sense handy, and if you do end up in a lake, at least you'll have a good story for your friends. If you found this video fun, or at least didn't fall asleep, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe for more weirdly educational rants, and share it with that one friend who swears GPS is never wrong. Let's be real, we all know that guy. Thanks for hanging out and see you in the next one. And remember, the next time your GPS says turn left, maybe just take a second look.